Hey guys, and welcome to CC Free Sunday. So first of all, sorry there was no CC Free Sunday last weekend. I had planned this build to be up last weekend, but life happened. There was a whole granddad drama, so I just kind of took Sunday just to chill. Saturday/Sunday to chill because we just needed just to de-stress, and my de-stressing is playing The Sims. So I set up a new game for myself. I played with my Sim self, which I built here for the channel. Of course, I added CC to her, And then I went and played in my luxury studio apartment. What can I say? But so I played that all Saturday and Sunday, I think. No, maybe not Saturday. Actually, no, last weekend I was on a course, so it was actually just the evening that I played it. And true story, so I always play with Risky Woohoo on, and I'm playing as my Sim self, and a couple of days go by, what happens? First time she woohoos, she gets pregnant. What are the chances? Well, actually, the chances are 5%, but I was like, oh no. Houston, we have a problem. So I have a baby. Yep, not in real life, in The Sims. My child is called Felix. He is super duper duper cute. Just cuteness personified. So hopefully one day when I do have a child, it will look that cute. Fingers crossed. Anyway, so on to this build. This is house number 4 of Rory's build challenge. I will be doing the build challenge every month, so sometimes with CC, sometimes without. So the last one had CC and was available for download. This one is CC free. And as you can see on the screen, hopefully now I remember to put the image up. It is a modern looking house, and it kind of reminded me a lot of the Australian kind of new builds, the housing developments. They all kind of seem to look pretty similar to this, with the overhanging roofs and everything. That was something that was kind of difficult to get right, was the overhanging roof. If you didn't know, there is one particular lot in Willow Creek, in Oasis Springs, and you see those hipped roofs, or well, they're half-hipped roofs I've used. I don't know if it's a half-hipped or a full-hipped roof, but I think it's called Sand Trap in Oasis Springs. It has a different type of roof. It's exclusive to that lot that is there. It's a hipped roof with a overhang. Because these ones all finish flush with the walls, which just looks horrible, to be honest. But there is one lot in Oasis Springs that actually has an overhang, and if you go in there, you can kind of basically copy that and place that on your lot. Kind of place that lot on a new lot every time you want to build with this type of roof and have an overhang. But I didn't do it for this. This one had quite a big overhang, so I just went with extra tile wider. But yeah, I discovered that. I think Peacemaker pointed that out, which was, thank you for that. I haven't used it yet, but it's in the bank of memory. So yeah, it's got 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. You could it's got like a pantry downstairs, which of course we don't need. Sims don't need a pantry. Also has a 2-car garage, which Sims also don't need, so you can expand out into there. In the end, I end up putting cars in the garage because I didn't want to turn it into another room. I just wanted it to be a garage. And then we also have a bonus room upstairs. It's meant to have stairs, like a single step down into the bonus room, but of course on the second floor in The Sims you cannot do stairs going down. Like, you can't do the whole break into the foundation thing. There is no constrained floor elevations. That is one of the things that I miss from Sims 3. One day. And also the roof on this, like on the overhang at the front on the entranceway, wasn't possible to do the same as the image. It kind of had like a little half wall and then the roof on top. But we can't do that in The Sims. So boo to you. Anyway, so Sims Mobile got announced. Was it earlier this week or was it last week? Whole drama on that. I don't think I'm going to be using Sims Mobile that much. It's free, so I'll probably download it and give it a look. But apart from that, nope. I'll stick with my PC Sims because I can have my CC in it and I'll be happy forever. But we end up going modern with this. I keep true to the image. Maybe I went more modern than the image from the floor plan. So I wanted to keep it super light, bright, airy, and we went ultra, did I call it ultra modern, but still keeping it a family. So I'm going to call this modern suburban because definitely a suburban house, but it is very modern. And I had quite a bit of trouble with this entranceway. I've seen some other people's attempts at this challenge, and I think they've done the entrance like 4 tiles wide and then managed to do the little, there's like meant to be an extra stump bit, like there's meant to be foundation either side of the stairs, but I don't have enough space to do that, so I left that bit out. I also wish you could put pillars on the foundations, like so it could start from the ground and go up. But you can't. So there we go. But I like the way the little lights are there on the pillars. And I was, for some reason, searching for a foundation that didn't exist. I thought there was a foundation that was plain and kind of made the foundations a little bit wider, but there wasn't. So couldn't find it. Spent 5 years looking for it. I think I cut it out of this. Yeah, because we've got plain. We just went plain concrete foundations and all that. And minor pet peeve, the windows don't match that red door that was just there. Like the frame is slightly off, it's slightly not the same colour, and that is one thing in The Sims. I'm like, please, if you do metal, make it all the same colour. Can we have the same colour swatches, please? Like, the struggle is real. I think when I go CC3, oh god, when I go CC3, my biggest struggle I think I have is windows. What we really need in the game is like really skinny, tall windows, like the ones that are there on the right hand side now, those, but half the width, because this house featured a lot of skinny windows and that don't exist in the game. Also, if we could have that same window but like half the height, so we could just have modern windows without it being a full height window basically. And also annoying, there's no single window version of those windows, so you have to have double windows. So I don't know why they do windows at different heights and can't we just stick to like a standard height for a window? Like a standard, it's this tall. If it's a full height, it goes full height. If it's, half height, it goes half height. But those ones are like in between full height and struggle is real. Anyway, I'm not going to complain too much, but I'm happy with the way it turned out. It went very modern. Very happy with the interior. You will see it eventually, but this did take me quite a while to do, and it's deceptively large, this house, once you get going on it, and it's on a 40 by 30 lot, so of course I didn't make my life any easier. When I got to this point, I did actually think, oh yeah, there I am, I'm counting the the tiles along the squares to see if I could transfer it onto a 30 by 20. But the house is like 19 tiles wide, so I couldn't. I was like, oh. So 40 by 30. I was going to do it on a 30 by 30, but then you can only put it in Newcrest. This is Newcrest right now. The townhouses are next door. That was the collab. I will link that down below if you want it. Actually, no, I'm going to put it as a card. I'm going to be all clever and stuff and put it. So yeah, it's in Newcrest, but you could put it. I think it would look really good in Oasis Springs as well. Oasis Springs really suits modern builds and mid-century modern builds and the like Spanish style builds. So this will look really well in Oasis Springs. If you moved it to Oasis Springs, I think it would look more like Australia, which is what I think this house looks like. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just distracted by the amazing lighting that is in this game. So good. And I have now permanently switched to using the reshade mod, so it's on now, so that's why it probably looks nice and bright. But if you don't have the reshade mod, it'll probably look a bit darker, but I like it just a smidgen lighter than they set the game at normally. I did get a preset and it was like way too strong for the reshade mod. It made the text blurry, all that kind of stuff. So mine's just basically slightly more saturated, I think, just like a smidge, and then much lighter because the game is kind of dingy. So landscaping, I went a bit more colourful than I normally do, maybe. I normally stick with just white. Green and white normally, and a hint or a pop of colour with the irises that I normally always size up. I do the same landscaping every time basically. So I show you this one out the front, I get rid of it. I used to do landscaping by doing those low-lying like yellow flowers and covering all of it. But then it ends up that it has to be like basically a jungle of shrubbery. But if I landscape like this, it doesn't have to be so overpowering. And I do go through it and stick in some rocks. Those are my new favourite things to put in my landscaping now that I have certified myself as a rock expert in The Sims. I will now be using them forever. So I think I've kept this bit in, but I do a whole load more landscaping along the left-hand side of the back garden, and I have cut all of that out because it was the same as this plus more. I think I had about 5.5 hours of footage for this, and that doesn't include the fact that I didn't even record the interior, putting all the wallpaper on the interior, so that means I probably would have come to about 6 hours of footage. That's how I know it's deceptively large, this lot. And we got to the back garden and I was like, what do I do apart from a swimming pool? I do try and put that slip and slide thing. I've never used that in the game, not even once. I was like, let me put it in, but why is it so long? We're on a 40 by 30 lot, and I can't even fit that comfortably in my back garden in this lot. So the struggle was real. It does eventually go, and I think off camera I add in a little modern greenhouse. So there's those, get together glass awning things, put two together and it equals a greenhouse. And I put some planter boxes in. I was thinking, what could I do with that area? Because it's kind of skinny area down the side of the house. I didn't want to put any more landscaping in. So I was like, what can I fit there? I was going to put like a kid's climbing frame and stuff. And it looks weird, like shoved by the side of the house. So I put a greenhouse there and it fits in really well. So plenty of planting to be done there. And I thought, let's do a kind of... This is very family friendly, entertaining area. We don't have a bar in the house because it's a family house. So I got rid of the bar. I was originally going to put a bar outside. I've realised I haven't done the wallpapering inside the pool. So it's got the standard wallpaper in the pool and I always change it. Okay, you're going to have to change it. What I would have done is put the same concrete that's on the floor at the bottom of the pool and probably change the size to a spa day tile or something. Anyway, but there you go, something for you to do when you do get it. And on the left hand side there, you can see like really huge wheelie bins. I was inspired by that because I was discussing earlier in the week about how in London we have really great recycling. Well, specifically in my borough, we have really good recycling. Like we have a bin for general recycling, a bin for garden waste, a bin for general waste, and what else? Garden, general, recycling, and then we have a little smaller bin for food recycling as well. So that's what inspired me to put that many bins outside. All the things that inspire you, they're so random. Anyway, so we've moved inside, yay! The kitchen, I use this blue tile on the wall. It's from Spa Day, and I've never used it before, and I was like, oh, that blue is like, I was gonna swear then. I can't. How can I? Sometimes just swearing just emphasizes it. It gets your point across sometimes. But the blue color is just amazing. I'm in love with it. I do use it upstairs in the master bathroom. We use the blue tiles, but in a different, like the square Zen. I think they're called Zentastic tiles. But my favorite part of this house is probably the kitchen. Kitchen / dining, because we do put a dining chair in here, and that whole island looks good. I like it a lot. And my favorite, I always use those subway tiles. They're in game and they just look good. So definitely a glass table in here. I was still at this point going light, bright. I know the blue is not light and bright, but it's a good contrast. Maybe it makes everything else look nice and bright instead. And we went with the ghost chairs that you have to unlock. I don't know, what career is it that you get to unlock those chairs? I feel like it must be a get to work thing. It's not, is it police? It's not doctor. I've done the doctor career to the finish. I don't think I've done the scientist career to the finish, but I'm going to do it twice over the next few weeks. My not so berry challenge that I'm doing off camera, that is scientist, and also drifter challenge. So drifter challenge, we just started house number 4, and we've had have we had 2 days at work or 1? Can't remember, but that's the scientist career, and we're doing that, and let's power on through. At the moment, we're just living out in the open, which is always quite fun. I've got to come up with a concept for what futuristic house I'm going to do. So, oh yes, if you, I'm about to start planning my videos for the next month or so. So I did that for this previous month, and it worked out really well for like 3 weeks until shit happened. And then, so I'm going to start doing that, planning out and trying to keep a kind of schedule. At least CC-free Sundays is kind of guaranteed. Well, apart from last week, we'll just gloss over that a little bit. But yeah, I'm trying to keep to a schedule. So if you have any build requests, put them down below, because I will be doing my schedule now. I'm definitely thinking of doing, what was it? Nixie Picks ask for ages ago, this was when the vampire pack came out, asked for a Victorian build that for Forgotten Hollow that had a modern twist on it. So I definitely want to do that in the next month. And also I had a request from Batgirl for the house that Cinderella lives in the film. I recently watched the film and I was like, yes! I had to re-look at it to see what it looks like. I'm going to have to watch the film again. So, any old excuse, it's called research. When I'm not doing the work I meant to do during the day, I'll be like, it's research. I've got to watch Cinderella again. So actually, it's a really good film. I still haven't watched Beauty and the Beast. I'm waiting for that to kind of come out so I can rent it in the comfort of my home. I don't think it's in this anymore anyway. So those are the next two. Definitely the science lab is going to get done. And what else? I think those are the only ones I got planned. Yeah, so any suggestions, leave them down below. And hopefully I can start the new build series that I've been wanting to do for ages. It's actually a room build series, so I'm excited. And hopefully it's one that will kind of inspire you with your builds. That's the aim of it. Not a fully fledged house, but room builds to inspire you with your game play and building styles and all that kind of jazz. But anyway, so I've talked all the way through this, and we've gone through and past the dreamy kitchen and dining area and into the living room area. Now in this one, I really struggled with what artwork I could put on that wall and these colours, and like, it looks nice there when you're playing in it, it looks nice, but when I took the screenshots, it's like, oh my god, it's so boring. You know when you take screenshots, when you're in it, there's loads of objects, you're like, okay, it looks great. When you take the screenshots, you're like, where's the stuff? Where is it gone? And that is amazing. That console table, side table thing, that's from Get to Work. That's like from the scientist career or something. So another thing from Get to Work that I'm loving at the moment, along with the bookshelf and the cabinets, the filing cabinets. I use the filing cabinets in the study that is going to be coming up soon. So excited. And yeah, I think just in this build, I really struggled with artwork to put up. That's just one of the things I miss when I don't use CC is the artwork. If we could have like the same artwork in different sizes, so that we just a little bit more versatile. So here we are using my favourite new thing, the filing cabinets from Get to Work, and I've put them underneath the desk, and I have tested it, and it all works, and it's not glitchy either, because there's the glass on top for some reason. The glass in the game doesn't glitch at all when you overlap it, so it stops it from glitching, which it probably normally would do. So yeah, I really like the whole desk with the glass on top. Looks really cool. I think they're like the same height, but for some reason they end up being below the height of the glass. I don't know. I don't know how the game works, but yeah, I don't put this 3. That's just a bit too big. Went back to the 2 tile wide one, and then I do get rid of the purple wall. Yeah, it goes. Bye, purple. It was nice, but didn't quite fit in with everything else. And another Get to Work thing. I think I've gone Get to Work crazy on this build. Word of warning, you need all the packs to have this house look exactly as it does. I think maybe the only thing I haven't used in this is the spooky pack. Yeah, I haven't used that one. Normally when I use a spooky pack, it's only to use the flooring from that pack, so no spooky stuff in this one. But yeah, and a little collection of plants, how cute. So on the upstairs, now we're working on the kids' nursery. So this is for a family with 2 kids, but you could decide that you want to have another kid and get rid of the nursery instead. They do all have basically the same toys. You could change the garage into a nursery maybe. That'd be kind of cool. Or you could just not have a nursery. But yeah, it's kind of a room for the kids. Let's put it that way. It's more colourful than the rest of the build. I was really aiming for a desaturated palette for the house, so the flooring is very washed out. Flooring from Vampire Pack is amazing diagonal flooring, but I wish it came as a straight flooring as well. Could you please just turn it 45 degrees and make it straight? You know, That's one of the things. What pack was it recently? And they really thought about things, and there was matching and alternative things. Oh, what pack? Was it bowling? Like the bowling pack, they have the bowling pack not mirror, light, and it comes in two different heights and stuff like that. I'd like it when they give multiple options for the same thing, because there's so many times when things just don't work. But anyway, this is the master bathroom. I have put a talking toilet in. I have no idea why. I think because it was slightly tan in colour and it matched the sinks a little bit and went with the blue wall, which that blue wall I am in love with. A little bit obsessed. But you know, every single build you hear me say I'm obsessed with something, and I discover something new in every build. And the discovery in this build was the blue wall. Probably going to be saturated in my builds from now on with blue walls. Actually, no. Because my worst nightmare is having all of my builds look the same. So you won't see the blue tiles in there again. But now we're moving on to the walk-in closet it's meant to be. Kind of a big room in the house for a walk-in closet, but we end up just putting a chest of drawers in here and, you know, like a little ottoman to sit on and mirrors, and just put decorations of the clothes hanging on the wall. It was quite a small room. You know, if I have a walk-in wardrobe, I normally kind of make it a bit more, I don't know, extravagant and slightly larger, like dream walk-in wardrobe, this kind of same size as the bedroom. But with this one we couldn't. So yeah, keep it really simple. Do that, chuck in a rug and all that kind of jazz. And do you know what? I haven't used, you see those modern counters that I use? I also use them in the kitchen for my CC3 builds. I haven't even used those before. I normally stick with the cool kitchen one, but then today I thought, I can't do the cool kitchen ones in every single build. So they're base game. See, even better. There's quite a few bits of base game in this build. But if you want recommendations for what packs are vital packs, Spa Day. I don't know what I'd do without Spa Day. I don't think I even go to the spa hardly at all in the game, but Spa Day is a must. They have so many amazing modern tiles in there and stuff like that. What else? Have I got a list? I'm trying to go to the Sims website and still talk. I don't think it's going to really work. I can't do it. I think I get rid of that purple wall again. This is another one where I did it. It looks good in game, and then I took a picture and I was like, where's all the stuff? Where is all the stuff? Right, I'm going to the Sims website, learn about packs. I'll give myself a little mini review. Base game, well, it's obviously essential. So expansion packs. City living, must have. It has apartments. Even if it was just apartments, I'd still get it. That is essential. Get Together came with really cool build items. I think that's probably the best, one of the best. City living was pretty epic on build items. Get Together comes second. Then third would be Get to Work for build items. I can't remember what came with Get to Work apart from those metal cases things. I don't think there was a lot of great stuff that came with Get to Work, apart from the fact that you went to work. Game packs. Let me have a look. Internet, hurry up. Vampires. That came with some cool build stuff. I suppose not essential. It is essential if you want the same floor that's in this house, but very specific kind of Victorian looking stuff. So if you're into that, definitely Vampires. Dine Out came with some cool stuff. Do I use it a lot? I think I use their paintings and wall decorations quite a bit from the Dine Out pack. Yeah, definitely the Dine Out pack for paintings and wall decorations. They have booths, but I don't use those in a regular build. I don't think I use the tables or chairs that came with it either. Spa Day, I already said amazing, need it. outdoor retreat. If there's one you don't need to get, it's probably outdoor retreat. It has some really cool siding though, which I do use a lot. So I love the way this has turned into a general overview of what I feel about each one. I've got to hurry up because we're going to come to the screenshots in 6 minutes time. Next one, bowling night stuff. Great for the mid-century. I have all of these, by the way, so I don't know why I'm saying if you need it or not, but if you can't afford them all. Vintage glamour stuff. That was good for beds. But I wish they had the really simple, slightly more modern bed that I've used in the master bedroom is from Vintage Glamour, but I wish it came without the footboard. Backyard stuff. Take it or leave it. Kids room stuff. Actually, I do use the kids room stuff a lot. The bookshelf there, that's in this room here. Definitely kids room stuff. And I've used the ottoman quite a lot as a window seat. It just not in a kids room, but in a regular just a room. So romantic garden stuff, that was good for. They have the irises that I always use in every build come from romantic garden stuff. That was really good. I really still wanted to do like a secret garden build with that. Movie hangout stuff. Boho. That had those curtains, those sweeping curtains, so that's amazing. But that one, not my fave. Spooky stuff, leave it. Cool kitchen stuff. I wish there was more than one kitchen in cool. It's called Cool Kitchen Stuff, and there was more clothing than there was build items, which. Perfect patio stuff. That was good. That bought us hot tubs, because I don't think you can have hot tubs if you don't have perfect patio stuff. Oh, didn't think of that. That's something I could have put in this one. You idiot! Didn't even think of that. Didn't even think of putting in a hot tub into this. That could have used up quite a bit of space. And then the last one is luxury party stuff. That is the worst stuff pack, I think. Yeah, that is the worst. I'd be really surprised if there was an item from that pack in this build. I think that was one of the first stuff packs as well, and I got it, and if you could return something, I would. That is the only pack that I would say is just it's awful, but there is one thing I use out of it, and that is the dining chairs. I always use it for when I'm doing a wedding. So we have already motored all the way through. We've done toddler bedrooms and the girls' bedroom, and we're onto the hallway now. So I'm going to leave you now with the screenshots. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the music. I have so much fun picking the music. So enjoy the music, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.